And welcome to a new holiday knitting vlog part 2. And I'm just gonna keep going because I really enjoyed making the first one, and it's so much fun to see that people like it. So yeah, we have some fun excursions planned the upcoming weeks. At least tomorrow we're going to Montserrat, which is a beautiful site near Barcelona. It's a 2-hour drive for us, so that means car knitting tomorrow. But yeah, it's a monastery that's still in use in the mountains. I hope it's beautiful. And we're going to Barcelona next week, and in between we'll just relax a little bit. We're going to like a snorkeling excursion this afternoon. So yeah, that's not really knitting related. I was just working in my knitting journal this morning because part of like my whole search in or more creative energy that I feel is that I feel really inspired for my upcoming projects. Like for the next months, I'm a little bit tired of like the summer projects and the summer knits. I want to be done with them. So because I really want to knit like the fall and winter items, I want to make sweaters again because I really love that. And I have some yarn laying around, and there are beautiful patterns coming out that I really want to make. For example, the storm sweater by Petit Knit. I really like textured sweaters, so that sweater just screams my name. But yeah, that means that I'm really prioritizing my Barbroe top, and I can show you that real quick. So this is where I am. Maybe it doesn't feel like that much of a difference between the last video, but here is it. And I have my progress trackers here. So since the last vlog, I believe I did like this much, which is quite a lot. And I feel like I have the split for sleeves here under the arm. And if I hold it up to there, it's getting there. We're getting there. So I'm really prioritizing this because I really hope to have this finished here on holiday in the next week and a half. Fingers crossed. Which means that my other project, the Tolsta tee, the pink one, I think I will knit in the car tomorrow. And yeah, other projects I brought with me, maybe I would even start or finish them. I just want to have these two finished. So yeah, about what I wrote in my knitting journal. I made a list with all the projects I want to push to next year, summer and spring. Knitting ideas that I have, or projects I really wanted to make this year but didn't end up doing that, or maybe things I find really inspiring right now, or new knitting patterns. So I have Camisole number 9 for my favorite things knitwear. I love that, and maybe I will even knit that like midwinter just to switch from knitting sweaters all the time, because I feel like that is the perfect layering piece, so it would be perfect underneath cardigans. I also love the Mooncrush tank by Jacqueline Cieslak. I would love to make that net next spring. The Diamond Lace Ruana by Kaitlin Barthold. It's a lovely like layering piece on top of a summer top in the summertime. And I would maybe make like a cropped version so I can wear it on top of dresses, because I have something like that that's store bought. It is knitted, but I would love to make one that's like perfect for me, and also like my own, from my own hands. The Ranunculus by Midori Hirose, I would love to make that, but I don't see that as a really wintry type project. Maybe I will eventually, but for me that would be like more to spring. The Salty Day sweater by Gutova Kika. I love textured sweaters, as I said, so maybe that would be a good one. And because it's more lacy and it's more airy that way, I feel like it's more of a spring sweater to me than a winter sweater. And also I have so much ideas for the winter that I'm going to push it. The Ingrid top, if you've seen my previous podcasts, you know that I've already started that, but I stopped. So maybe next year is the year that I want to make that in an off-white color, so it matches like everything. And the Ebba bag is a project I have with me right now here on holiday. I wanted to make that last year, pushed it to this year, but I don't think I'm going to end up making that because as I said, I want to finish other projects. So that's it for now, and I'm not going to hold myself to this. When spring comes around, like I need to make these. It's just a place where I can find some easy inspiration, like, oh yeah, in case I forgot. Also, I just like doing this. It's just for fun. And my fall and winter inspiration, I have some texture sweaters. The Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit, the Storm sweater by Petite Knit. I have the Elizabeth blouse by Petite Knit. I really love to make that like early in fall. And then in maybe like navy blue, dark blue, or a really dark rich green color. I would love to make the Marseille sweater by Petite Knit, which is a striped DK sweater. And originally I would like to make that in a pink, bright pink with hot red stripes. In that color combination I feel it's more of a spring sweater. So maybe I will push it, but I just love that color combination. The Lento sweater by Jonna Hietala. I haven't made that yet, and all my knitting friends, my offline knitting friends have made that, and I really feel inspired by that, and I feel like FOMO. So I want to make that, and I just bought some yarn like 5 minutes ago for that, and it's a hand-dyed yarn by Fem from the Mindful Creators. She's one of my offline knitting besties, and she just came out with her first hand-dyed yarn collection. And yeah, of course I want to support her. It's a beautiful collection, so go check it out. I'll link it below, or I'll link her account Instagram below, so you can keep an eye on that. But I ordered the Blue Hydrangea colorway, which is like variegated blues. And yeah, I'm going to have to buy some, not mohair, but I think I will by Seta Suri from Lana Grossa, because I've used that before. It's a Suri alpaca, and it's a beautiful substitute for mohair because mohair really itches for me. So yeah, the Lento, that's coming up. Then I would love to make another vest, a teddy vest, and I already made one in black, and I used vest number 5 by My Favorite Things Knitwear as the pattern. And that pattern's meant for totally different yarn, but I've used Drops Alpaca Boucle in black, and I really love wearing that in the winter time, especially when it's really cold. And for one of my best friends, not a knitting friend, I made one in a beige color, and I have some pictures of me wearing that, and I just loved it. So I feel like my wardrobe could handle another one of that in a beige for myself. I didn't like knitting it, but yeah, maybe it's worth it. And next I came across the Heirloom Quilt Cardigan by Jacqueline Cieslak last week, and it feels so fun and so old school, and I don't know, maybe like a 70s vibe. So it's a knitted quilt cardigan, it's knitted flat. I haven't done any color work yet, so I don't know if I should do flat knitted color work as a start, because I believe color work in the round is easier. Don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. But I love how that looks, so check that pattern out for inspiration. I don't know, I think it's cool and it's fun. Don't know if I'll make it, but it's on my inspiration list. And lastly, I wrote down cardigan number 8 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, because I want to make that pattern for like a couple of months now. It's an oversized v-neck cardigan with, I believe it has pockets. I think I would omit the pockets, to be honest. But it's a longer version, and she knitted it in Noro Midori. Is that what it's called? Well, it's the beautiful yarn with all the colorful speckles in it. So it's like a little bit tweedy but with different colors and a neutral base. And that was, I feel like, a little bit of a trend end of winter time. And I just want to hop on that still. And that would be lovely and so beautiful. The yarn is really expensive though. That would make the cardigan like more than €100. And most of the time I really try to keep below that because I want to knit so much. Yeah, economically I have to be sensible. And for my knitting plans, I have two things, well, three. I can write the lento down. But two other plans are not for me, but are gift knits. I really want to knit the weekend slip over v-neck by Petite Knit for my sister. I have some yarn laying around that I started, like, was it last year? I think last summer. I made the Sunday sweater by Petite Knit in a grey yarn, 2 grey yarns combined. Drops Puna and drops brushed alpaca silk. But I hated the fabric that it created, and I hated the color grey on me, or just the color grey. I really love colors, and grey is so boring. I don't like it. I don't want to wear it. So I frogged that, and now I have like a large stack of Puna and that grey drops brushed alpaca silk. So the brushed alpaca silk I want to use for the weekend slip over, and held it together with maybe like drops flora or a thicker yarn. I didn't know what yet, and I want to buy a yarn that's a little bit warmer on the color, so it has a little bit of brown in it. And I asked her, and she liked the idea, and I just want to use that yarn. It's an easy and quick pattern. She likes neutral colors, so that would be perfect. And next up, I really want to knit a sweater for my boyfriend again, with the Puna in the grey color. And I really want to buy another yarn to help with that, and maybe marl it, so it's a little bit higher in contrast, and then a basic pattern. But I don't know what he will think about that. So yeah, that's not something that I'm rushing, but I really want to make this year because I want to use that yarn, and I think they're grateful receivers of gift knits. So yeah, I have 3 like more or less concrete plans and a lot of inspiration, but I already have the pattern for the Ingrid sweater, so I'm going to make that probably with yarn that I already have. I bought Peer Gynt by Sandnes garn in Dutch it's called Vrolijk Blauw, Happy Blue. I don't know what it's called originally in English, maybe electric blue, that kind of color is it. But I don't know if I like the Ingrid sweater to be that bright and dark of a color, but I probably will. And the Storm sweater, the texture is more subtle, so I want to do that in a lighter color. I want something dark green. So yeah, this basically turned out to be a whole section about my fall and winter knitting plans. Well, here you go. I'm going to wrap this up now because I think we're going to make some toasties and then go to the beach and snorkel a little bit later on. So, bye bye. and that is with my Barbroe top, because I'm nearly there to finishing it. I'm hoping to have it finished today. So I just want to show you what I got, and you should have seen a clip of me trying it on and seeing the length of it, and after that I decided to make it a little bit longer, because I rather have it too long than too short. So let's see, the front is completely finished, and this, remember, this is a bottom up top. How can I show you this? Probably like this. So yeah, this is the body. It feels super long now, to be honest, and the front part with the straps is completely done. They're just waiting for me to sew them together to the back straps. And on the back, I'm over here, so I'm almost done with the left back strap. I just need a couple of repeats extra, and then the right one. And as you can see, I have a little something other yarn here, because I used a provisional cast on for this I-cord edge, and I didn't know it had an I-cord edge. It wasn't that obvious on the photos, or maybe I'm just oblivious, but yeah, I love that finishing. So it feels like a mess right now. But yeah, I hope to have these straps finished today. It should be really quick, and then I can sew them together, and it feels finally like a top that I can wear. And then I just need to sew in all the ends. There are a lot on the top part here. But yeah, this is how she looks. It looks really beautiful. I love the edging on the bottom, the hem. Although I probably won't wear it just loose, because as you guys know, I always tuck my tops in the front, or all the way in my pants, my jeans, and I'll probably do that with this as well, or in my skirt. So I hope to get a shot in this vlog of me styling it on a skirt, although it won't be blocked, because I'm going to block this at home in the Netherlands. Yeah, because my wool washing liquid is at home. I don't have it with me, and I want to do it properly. So yeah, and I don't want to wear this right now over here, because I feel like I'm going to ruin it with all like the sweating over here, because it's really hot these days. So yeah, this is the knitting update on this top. So yeah, it's really early right now. Let's see, it is 9 o'clock in the morning, so we were up really early. We've had breakfast, and in a little bit we'll go to the beach. And yeah, it's almost like these are the last couple of days that we're here, because it's Sunday right now and we're leaving on Thursday. So we have a couple of days left, and on Tuesday we're going to Barcelona. And I'm hoping to like shoot some clips here and there, and I don't know if I'm going to vlog like in public, because that's awkward. But yeah, so we have today, and we're going out to dinner tonight, so we booked a restaurant, and yeah, we just cleaned a little bit over here, and I'm just going to enjoy the last days. So I'm contemplating bringing this with me to the beach today, but I don't want to get it dirty with like my hands being full of sunscreen and salty water and sweat and such. So I still hoping to have that finished. And then I've like solely worked on this for the last week, I think. So I neglected all my other works, except for maybe the sock knitting on the beach. But yeah, after this is finished, I hope to get some knitting in on my Tolsta tee, the pink one, because I want to have that finished as soon as possible. Preferably before I get home. I don't know if it's that doable. And by the way, I'm wearing my Look at My Holes top by James and Watts. Yeah, I brought this with me. I don't wear this to the beach, to be honest, but it's cute to put on over my bikini. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing right now. Although I'm going to switch it up before I go to the beach, as I said. So yeah, I hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you in the next clip. Hey guys, here I am for the last update of this vlog. As you saw, we went to Barcelona yesterday and we had such a lovely day. It was hot and sweaty as hell, but it was a lot of fun. Except for that the yarn stores were all closed because it was a public holiday. It was Mary's Ascension, I believe it's called in English. But yeah, a religious holiday here in Spain, so most of the small shops are closed. So we walked around a lot and we went to the Sagrada Familia, and I really wanted to go inside this time because I've been in Barcelona before and only saw the outside. And the inside, well, it was magical. Yeah, most beautiful place I've ever been, I think, and especially as a church. I've been in a lot of beautiful churches, especially in Rome. Like St. Peter's or St. Paul outside of the walls. Is that the translation? Well, that's the most beautiful church in Rome, in my opinion. But this is on a whole another level. It was so special to be there, and like my jaw dropped literally as I went inside, and I was so inspired by all of the colors because, as you know, I really love some colors. So yeah, that was yesterday, and today we're packing up, so you can see the mess around me a little bit, and I wanted to end this vlog with a quick little update on where I am right now with my knits for this holiday, and I'll go in depth in my next knitting podcast. So first and most important, I think, is my finished Barbroe top that I'm wearing right now for this clip. Yeah, you've already seen a clip of me trying it on. I just had it finished like minutes ago before that. So the scalloped edge, and yeah, it's really beautiful. It still needs a block, but I want to do that at home in the Netherlands because then I have my wool washing liquid and I can lay it nice and flat. And over here I'm afraid a little bit that I won't get the edges as neat on the straps, for example. So yeah, that's just waiting. And next I want to update you on the Tolsta tee, which is this one. I made some little progress in the last couple of days, like 1 or 2 days. And here I am right now. So one sleeve I have finished, and I made it quite a bit longer than the pattern suggests. But I feel like sleeves that come up like halfway of my arm are more flattering on me than like when they cut around here. I'm working on the second sleeve, and the length, I don't think it changed that much. Like, no, maybe a couple of rows. So this will be my garnet project for tomorrow because we're leaving really early tomorrow to go home. So yeah, I'm hoping to have this finished in my next knitting podcast. Then you can see it on. And that's actually what I've got to show you right now, because the socks you have seen before and where I'm at with my second sock. I haven't started the Ebba bag. I'm not planning to. I'm going to push that to next year. And the other Tolsta tee, well, I don't know what I want to do with that. So I'm just going to skip that, maybe frog it, maybe use the yarn for something else. I don't know. But I don't feel like working on something that I don't get excited by. So I'm really excited by the Barbroe top. I was a little bit sad when I got to the end of the stitch pattern, because in the end I really enjoyed knitting it. So yeah, this is my next finished object, hopefully. And with that being said, I want to end this vlog here in Spain. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next knitting podcast. Bye bye.